So
it's not about genuinity.
Why should she
You
feel
see,
bad, Jess?
Let me answer that. First, as you're going to strike a deal,
Yes.
let's say you're meeting a boss who is a lady,
Yes.
and you've gone with your wife.
Lovely wife, yeah.
Your wife might most likely 80% ataharibu your deal.
Ah.
Because what will happen?
How now?
Ataanza kuuliza tu funny questions.
No, how now?
Let's talk what is on the ground first. As I know you're a
And that
businessman.
is why I'm saying
Eh?
ladies are very
What a spoil the business. They will spoil the business, and you'll end up going home very sad. I'm talking out of experience.
Kesho atakuuliza yajua.
Okay, let me jump on that and say, si unani prep. Taribu aje na najua our win is
We are not that
our
stupid.
win.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ruin our future.
Yeah.
So mi sitakuwa hapo tu kiniambia, okay, I need you to be composed.
And
Don't ask
relax.
questions.
Thank you.
I can take notes.
So what is your point of being there?
Very true.
If you are now
We give you the other eye. You know, men are convincing. So,
I'm there to discern
yeah.
the mood of that, that meeting. I'll pick up things that you're not
You cannot
picking.
see.
But now you see the person that you're talking with, when they see you, they will have another perspective that will destroy the deal.
because
Why should I destroy the deal?
No, that is bringing marriage in business, and it doesn't work.
What if both of us are working together,
Yeah.
like the Q guys? It's different.
I think this question doesn't have a blanket answer. Because one, it could be you guys have a radio show, right? And then you're trying to interview hosts. See, no? It is good for the both of you to be there because it is you mnajaribu kutafuta macho kai uzuri unakaa sawa, lakini nyinyi mnaenda kutafuta deal. Kama ni mzee aende, acha aende. Wacha tu aende. Hauhitaji discernment.
Very true.
Si wewe ndio unaenda kutafuta deal.
Me, I'm talking from experience. Now, let me tell you.
That's
Your husband goes to look for a deal. He meets a lady. And you know me, my husband is naturally kind. Naturally too kind. From there, conversations begin. Oh, I don't know what.
which conversation?
You're just watching innocently. You're saying, anyway, stay kuharibu, anatafuta mkate yetu for our good.
For our good.
You become the wife who
Yes.
just watches, you don't ask
Yes.
anything. But now down the line, as things go by, as I think as they begin maybe to interact, they get some, I don't know if I should call it closure or what. From now that interaction and getting to know each other, friendship begins. Along the way, they get to know each other, chatting, blah 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 blah. And then you just hear a comment from umbali, from kaumbali tu. Utasikia tu. Bebe kuna kanywele fulani yule investor alikuwa ameshuka. I think it's nice.
You should try it.
You should try it. After now you know.
I think that is
Still didn't
insecurity.
get. No, it's not insecurity.
That
Okay.
is insecurity.
So I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, they're saying is right. It is true. We don't always have to be there. But at some level of this relationship with this investor, they should know this person has a wife.
Correct.
And if they are continuing to relate, they are going to Naivasha maybe to strike a deal. How do they go to?
Naivasha again, why not?
I'm not saying real. I'm not now saying
That is not a
it's a scenario.
Okay.
Let's say you are going to Naivasha. When at Naivasha you are going to check this deal. It's in Naivasha. You have to go together. And then this deal, maybe mnaicheza for the next 6 months. You will be going there together. Is it not wise, even from the Holy Spirit, to involve the wife surely?
Now that will need discernment. Because it's not also sasa hii si issue tena ya biashara because now there are many places.
Yes, many aspects of it.
Yes, not only biashara.
And don't forget Festo, and they're going, let's say they go to Naivasha or Nairobi for that trip, they are going to take lunch together because they're not going to stay hungry.
Correct.
And when they are taking lunch, they will not be discussing business. They will be socializing.
Yes.
You know, let me,
should
as we
boundaries.
continue, I think there's a challenge when it comes to women. They take, let's say you're going to strike a deal. For you, you're very genuine. Beyond striking the deal, your wife will take that deal process it. This is going to happen next. They will go for this. They will go for this. And you're very innocent. You're there to strike a deal. But the challenge when it comes to ladies, especially married ladies, they process. They are very nice in processing. Utatolewa hapa, upelekwe Kisumu, upelekwe Malindi, urudishwe Mombasa. And you're very innocent. You have nothing in mind, but the better life for her, all for her.
Yeah, that is true. So I think, like for men, you should give your person security. One thing, however spirit-filled your wife is or has always been, kutakuwa kale ka no umeenda sana kwani wanaongea nini simu sana ulikuwa unaongea na nani, you know, it will always be there. So as a man, what you do, always provide that security in terms of let kusikuwa na kitu anashukushuku, you know, and hiyo kitu ya kutoshuku, you make things very open, very clear. Very tutaenda hivi na hivi, this is what she said, nini, you know, kusikuwa na any room for doubt. But also the ladies should trust their men, you know, because being insecure all the time ni wetu ndio utaumia, you know. So it's for the man to work on himself, that he has self-control, and also assure a woman that the boundaries are very clear. Hakuna mahali itakrosiwa. I know we are going for this deal and this and this and this, but that is it, you know. Lady, trust your man. Mwombe sana.
Mwombe sana.
Give them also room. Because give us also room.
Yeah.
Because they say marriage is a prison, but it doesn't have to be a tough one.
Not
Can have
slavery.
roses happen apart. Yes.
In fact, adding on that, I can say this: a good man is a good man. A bad man is a bad man.
Yeah, true.
You cannot tame.
Police them, yeah.
You cannot take a baby lion. You feed it at your home, and then it grows up, and then you accept it or expect it not to eat, not to harm you. What am I trying to say? If your husband is bad, he's bad. If your husband is good, he remains being good. Man.
Yeah.
Chaguo
Yeah.
lako.
Chaguo lako.
Chaguo.
Yeah.
And also I think because God has given us discernment, you can discern. Once you interact with someone second time, third time, by that time you are already at a
Making
place where you can
something.
discern if this person is genuine,
Yeah.
or not. Even for us as ladies, you can know this guy. It's not just a deal, there's something more to it. So at that point, I think that is where now you can involve your spouse. When now you notice this other business this person is interested with, now you can tell your hubby, I cannot go meet this person alone.
Company me, yeah.
Let's go together, because we may notice there's something else. Yeah, I think
That's true.
That is true. I agree. And again, at the end of the day, if it is business, it remains being business. So even if you come in, and if it was meant to be your project, it has to come out. But I also feel like, I think I've seen with another perspective, it's also good to involve your partner. Kama anakupea biashara, wacha akupe. Kama hakupei,
Akae
wacha.
nayo.
Because again, we should not look like we are bringing sympathy, we are bringing some advantages. I think it should be clear from the word
Concept,
go.
yeah.
If it is yours, it is yours. In fact, for me, I think I've seen it working it nicely for me. Whenever I come with my partner and that business, if it is continuing, tukisonga najua this is real. But ukiona tu inakufa, from the word go, ujue there is something. Because again, we are living in a generation where especially the gender is very cunning. This gender is very cunning. Mr. Festus utaambiwa there is a project here, come supply your electronics kwa shule, unapata principal is a lady, very genuine, very honest, but sisi tunakwaga, you know, when women are thinking, wakifika 10, sisi tunakwaga 0. By the time unagundua, it's too late. In fact, I've seen that happening. Someone looks very innocent, but kwako haufikiri, and you're very innocent. So it's also good to have discernment.
Yeah, I think discernment is key. There's this story, the CEO huyu alikufa wa Delight. Hii taa. Yeah, and he had an affair with his PA, and the PA I think he got the PA pregnant, and now things turned out messy, and then he ended up committing suicide. You see, now for a scenario like that one, as much as, because I was reading the story and they were saying they used to travel together and everything, and the wife was there, but my opinion is that if he noticed this from the word go, he would have handled it in a way that could not have ended up with him committing suicide, because now the lady ended up manipulating him that if you don't give me this 3 million or 8 million, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to tell the world we have been having an affair. Yeah, so I think from the word go, if you involve your spouse when you notice something, because we cannot also deny the fact that mtakatiwa na women, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It just happens. But if you involve us from the word go, itakuondolea shida mingi sana na shetani kukuaibu. You know, shetani anaibishaga mtu. Yeah, so involve us.
That's true.
There is a spirit of wisdom that God has deposited, I can assure.
Wow, amazing. So I think we can finish with privacy when it comes now to phone, passwords, and ATMs. How far should we go with passwords on our phones? I think Jess, you should say something now on this.
Me, I feel in marriage setup, be as transparent. Like, let's have each other's passwords. But at the end of the day, I realize that my phones are very personal. Let's start there. Like, there are times I really don't want you checking my phone. If I don't have anything to hide, I don't feel like my husband should be pokey and feel like I want to check her phone and nini. As long as the transparency is there, there's no need for that. But honestly, let me know if you have 5 ATMs. Let me get all that information
and the passwords
and let me just have access. Give them access so that you don't let this other person feel like I need to check around because nini ana feature. You know this thing of like if a man is showering and then ati anapigiwa simu anatoka na sabuni kwenda you know, we don't want you to get there. I can easily pick a phone call and say he's not around, call him later. But yes,
you can even receive the message.
I can actually even receive and check. Na ukipata na simu yako, don't ask questions, ni yetu, but yangu ni yeah, I'd say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Samunai, what do you have to say about phones?
I think, like I mentioned, a good man is a good man. And a bad man is a bad man.
Yeah.
When a man decides to be good to a wife, he can be good. And if he decides to be bad,
It can be bad.
he can be bad. Na kila mtu, yani unaweza ficha, unajua kuwa na simu, it doesn't mean that ukichukua simu yako, that huwezi fanya kitu. In fact, you can be with this phone for a whole month or even for a whole year. Na usione kitu mbaya. So for me, I feel like transparency from heart is what that matters most. Because hii simu, right now, watu ni wajanja. As long nimekutrust in my heart. Nikikutrust in your heart. Like for me, the first year nilikuwa na shida mingi sana. Unaona simu, unaona message. But right now, in fact, hata nipate message yake, hata siwezi fungua. Yani I just feel, because I trust her. I don't trust her because of the phone, but I trust her because namjua. And I know there are things that she cannot do. So hapo tu kwa simu, in fact ukiona mtu like ako tu all the times kwa simu ama na shika simu yake anashika simu yangu, there is a problem of trust. But trust begins in the heart. That's my take.
Trust begins in the heart.
Yeah, I agree with what both of you have said, and I think phones zinafaa tu zikuwe open because just as I said earlier, when you thinking of getting into marriage, wanasema and the two shall become one. So honestly, if the two of you are one in spirit, hizi vitu zingine it is just by the way. And I like the issue of phones because once you feel that staki simu yangu au nione, there's something you're hiding, and that should be a telltale sign that my friend, there is something you need to watch out. Kuna mahali hapendi kuzuri, you need to rectify or you need to change whatever you need to change. So your partner's phone, you should have access to it in terms of if you want to, you can check. But also if you find yourself checking your partner's phone all the time, it is also a telltale sign. What is the issue? Have you lost trust with your partner? You see, so you also go back, kwani kitu imeanzia wapi? You see, so it is ni kama it is an indicator, it's like a litmus paper to show exactly where your heart is in regards to your relationship and your trust with your partner. Yeah, so hizo vitu mambo ya ATMs, of course you should give access to your person, but also it depends because you know your partner very well. Kama stories za ATMs na nini, if you know your partner is a spender, they can just kind of nini zinakuwa hapa.
Preach brother.
My friend, utabika jioni mtu ana
Preach brother.
shopping.
Add volume. Add volume. The Holy Spirit is using it.
Yeah, so you should also know your partner. Na umwekee ka limits, you know. Yeah, umwekee limit. Useme by the way, do ATM. ATM ndio iko na pesa iko na 3,000. Akiskwanda 3,000 ni sawa. But usimwekee zote za biashara na nini, naenda tu ni, you know. So also know your partner. Yeah, that will help you in how much access you give them.
Very
Because you're also giving them room to be better. Yes.
Wow, amazing. Wow.
That is very, I think hapo kwa knowing your partner, it's a very sensitive area when it comes to marriage. Ni vizuri sana ujue your partner, like let me say my wife. In fact, there is another name, nickname Abundance. Notice there is a grace that she carries in abundance. And I used to fight that grace, but nimekuja kuipenda sana because you can have a spirit of luck. And ni mbaya sana, especially to us men. Inaweza tuharibia maisha ama inaweza yani kuna venye like kitambo naona my wife instead apike na nyanya moja napika na 4, mi napiga mahesabu mafuta, unaona, yani abundance. But that grace also nimekuja kurealize it really works nice for us men because it gives us another motivation to work an extra mile. Kama ulikuwa unafanya biashara kupata nyanya moja, right now unajua your wife anapenda 3, unaongeza bidii, so it also bring abundance. What's your take?
Well, my take is on let me start with the ATM. I think even if your partner is a spender, I don't think hiding the pins for the ATM is wise because number one, it creates kuna tuka tension it will bring in the marriage. But there's something you've said very profound. There's a limit we can put for each other. Like as much as the ATM iko na 50,000, if it is shopping we cannot cross 3,000 or we cannot cross 5,000. But I think when we hide the pins and everything because of somebody's weakness, the marriage can suffer because mtu anafeel so unanifichaga pin, unanifichaga nini, or do you have some other things? So that would be my take on that. And then also on I think on the issue of the way we take things, like on the issue of phone, you can find that when you pry on someone's phone, you might find that what you're looking for, you will find. Because you might just get a very genuine conversation. but to you there's a way you, especially us ladies, there's a way we see it from another lens. I'll tell you this, no hakuna emojis are love, but this lady is not genuine.
Hakuna dear.
Hakuna dear, but you will just say this lady cares about you too much, just from nowhere, and issues start. So me, I also think, as much as we have the right to access our spouse's phones, but there's no need to keep on going through conversations and how were you talking, were you sending emojis, nini. Pengine kama mtu alituma tu emoji kibahati mbaya, it happens.
Like there's a time I sent, I think a wrong emoji. Nilituma I think ya upendo. Unaona ile kama chombili. In fact
ile yenye kwa status.
Ile tu nimezea kumtumia tukiongea, then pap. And then mwenye umetumia I receive, yani anaona tweets, so it's also good. Don't be too much. Don't be too judgmental.
Yeah, so I think that's it on privacy. How healthy? How healthy?
Yeah.
How
much privacy?
How much
It's
privacy?
healthy in marriage.
Yeah, how much privacy is healthy in marriage? And I think these are some of the lessons for you can take, not only for millennials, but even Gen Zs, those who will get to marriage later, Generation Alphas, all of you, even boomers can still apply because we're all affected by technology. Boomers are from 1988 kurudi huko mbele. 1960s, I don't know. Boomers are around 45 or 50, but I think was saying short, but they can get some lessons from what we are just talking about. But privacy, of course, is important, but there has to be the aspect of balance. Take home for our listeners.
Start.
Yeah.
Marriage works, and marriage is work. If you have God at the center of your marriage, then it has a good foundation.
Yes.
And it has a better chance of staying long. Yes. So marriage works.
Marriage works. And it is work.
And it is work. It is work.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just said that, and I've remembered when people say the grass is greener on the other side, it's because the other side they are putting in the work. They wanapalilia, wanatoa weeds and all that. So whatever you want to create in your marriage, you just have to put in the effort and just allow yourself to be used and also shed, because it's a lot of shedding and it's a lot of learning and relearning. So give yourself grace, as he said, but just know that it's a day at a time. Like for us, we're looking at you guys and like, we can't wait to get to 6 years, but it's not been roses without thorns. So that's the same thing. So just give yourself grace and allow God to build you up in his own design, however he designed your marriage to look like, because it will never look like the other one, right?
Wow.
Wow, I think for me, I can say marriage is beautiful, marriage is godly, and what I can say, especially to the men, make your wife that girl you desire. Every man has that desire. Make your wife to be that girl that you like. Ukiona anataka kitu, just make her feel, and replace. In fact, I can say, replace her with her. Replace her with her. And in all, God first. Let God to be at the center of your marriage, because marriage without God cannot work. Tukiondoa Mungu even one day, itakuwa shida. Yeah, so that's my take.
Wow, amazing. And for me, my take is there's no greener pastures in marriage. Make that where you are. Hata kama imekauka, unaweza imwagia tu maji. Let me tell you, hakuna kitu ngumu kama kuchukua another man na uanze tena kumtengeneza. Afadhali hata wako umemtengeneza 2 years, umemtengeneza 3 years, umefikisha a certain percentage. Imagine starting all over again, because men are raw materials. You have to make unamunda hivi. So usifike nusu tena u give up. You can make that place the greener pastures that you desire. Where else? Only on Roses with
With
Thorns
Thorns.
with your host, the
Moon
Moon Eyes.
Eyes.
Next time, same place. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.